Okay, here are your sample problems for density. This first one is the one from your notes that we just seen. So if you copied that down, these are the variables for that problem. I would like for you to write your problems this way, where you list the variables and then list what they are, okay? From your problem, 8.4 grams was the mass. I know that because of grams. That tells me that, all right? 3.1 centimeters cubed was my volume. Again, I know that because of the centimeters cubed. The units will tell you what the variable is. I'm just going to put a question mark by density because I don't know what the density is. All right, after you list your variables this way, you're going to use the density formula in order to solve. So you just need to plug those in. All right, I'm just going to rewrite the D because I don't know what my density is. All right. N for M, I'm going to plug in my mass, which is 8.4. I don't usually carry my units over to do my algebra. I know what they are over here. And then for V, I'm going to plug in 3.1 because that's my V. D is already by itself, so you don't have to do any algebra on this problem to get your variable by itself. It's already alone on this side of the equal sign. So all I have to do is the math function, which is divide. So 8.4 divided by 3.1. Okay, now we're still paying attention to sig figs. So I've got 2 sig figs here, 1, 2. I've got 2 here, 1, 2. So my answer needs 2. So 1, 2, the 0 doesn't bump the 7 up, 2.7. And my units are grams over volume, just like here, mass over volume. And you just take whatever units were being used over here to make your density units. And I'll go ahead and circle that. Okay, so that's example problem number 1. This next one is missing mass. Okay, I have you one of each. This one's missing density, mass, and the next one is volume. All right, this one's missing mass. So same process. Here are my variables. I'm going to plug them in to the formula. This time I know D, so I'm going to plug it in, 207. I don't know my mass, so I'm just going to put an M there because I don't know what it is. And then for volume, I'll plug in what I have here, 37. Now this one needs a little bit of algebra, okay, because M is not by itself and you need it to be alone to solve the problem. So you can just use the butterfly method where you multiply up and across. If you want to put this over 1, so it makes more sense, remember they come up and across, so the 1 just goes to the M. That leaves M by itself on that side of the equal sign, okay? Just a 1 times M. Over here, you got 37, and I'll plug this in so you can see this. Okay, you've got 37 times 207, all right? So I'm going to write that here, but as I write it, we know we need sig figs, correct? So looking back at your original variables, you've got 2 and 3. One with the least is 2. My answer needs 2, okay? So 1, 2, you see this reads 7,659. 1, 2, the 5 bumps the 6 up, so 7, 7, and you have to put those placeholders in there, okay? Because 7,700, it has to be similar to the number you have. They have to have those placeholders, all right? And since it was mass, you go get your unit from here, it was grams, that was the units they were using, and you put your grams there, because you do need your units, okay? All right, last one. This one you're missing volume. I'm going to take my variables, plug them in. We got that part down right now so far. 63 is my density, okay? Mass is 378, and I don't know my volume this time, so I'm just going to write a V, because I don't know what it is. This time when you use the butterfly method, you have to do an extra step, because when you bring your V up and across, okay, if you want to put this over 1, you can, all right? You're going to have to do an extra step, because when you bring your V up and across, you're going to have 63 V, okay? That's me bringing this up and across. Equals, there's my equal sign, okay? The 1 up and across would just leave this 378. All right, so that was doing the butterfly method, bringing this one up and across and bringing this one up and across. That's what it would look like. Okay, so I have one extra step because V is still not alone, and they have to be alone on the equal sign. So you do the opposite. If they're being multiplied, you divide, right? So they're being multiplied, so I'm going to divide by 63. Divide by 63. Okay, and then I'm left with V equals, here's my math. All right, and plug that into your calculator. 378 divided by 63, okay, is 6. But I need, now this, pay attention, because you need 2 sig figs though, okay? So I'm going to write 6, all right, but it's exactly 6. So you're going to need 6.0 because you need 2 sig figs. So go ahead and put 0.0 if you need to. And for units, look back over here, milliliters. That's what they were using in the density, was milliliters for volume. So that would be your units, okay, because you were solving for volume. So you need to have the volume units there.